Yo, what's going on out there in them digital streets? This your player partner Watt checking in, and this is the Dropbox, and let's get into it. Yeah, man, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and let's get into this clip.
Out, and people were surprised because nobody thought it was going to drop until next week. There's been so many delays, but Kanye posted that this Universal put my album out without my approval, and they blocked Jail 2 from being on the album.
That's cap. You know damn well Universal ain't put that album out without his approval. I remember last week, at some point last week, you reported that the album was dropping on a Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, there were a few different days. They actually had it, I think, for next week. Then they said it was the 3rd. Then they said it was coming out on the 5th. There was just all kinds of confusion. But I remember they said it was coming out right after he had this last listening session.
Exactly. And his whole team, including Boo's, part of his management, were tweeting about the album when it dropped.
Right.
They even were posting the process like, oh, just turned it into such and such. Like, stop, Kanye. That's cap.
Is a clown. He is a clown in a circus.
Okay, Envy.
He is a clown in a circus, and I'm ashamed of the people around him. Boo, Free, Pusha, Monopoly. He is a clown. And if you don't get your guy together, like Charlamagne said 7 years ago, when he came up here and said, the people around you don't love you. And Kanye, the people around you don't love you. You are a clown.
I'm sending Kanye healing energy.
And we take it back to what you would say in South Carolina. You need to get boxed in the mouth. You
I'm
are
sending
a clown.
Kanye healing energy, Envy.
You are a clown, and the people around you are clowns if they don't check you. You are a clown.
I'm sending Kanye West healing energy, but I agree with you.
Clown.
I definitely agree with him about his people. It's a lot of people who enable a lot of toxic behavior from Kanye West. A lot of people.
If my friends around me don't check me,
all of y'all are enablers.
Yeah, if my friends around don't check me when I do stupid-ish, I'm their clowns too. And if I ever did some clown-ish, my friends would check me. Charlamagne would check me. Yee would check me.
Well, let's talk about
clowns.
No, I'm kidding.
It's not our story to tell. I would love to.
Oh, I was talking about you. All right. Now, it was a joke. All right. Now, Kanye is on the way to break the record for the most #1 albums on the Billboard 200 among artists debuting on the chart. So it looks like that has happened because he is #1. And we got some clips for you. But just as far as the song Jail, right? He said the baby's manager isn't clearing jail. He posted a conversation that Boo had with him, his manager. He said, so we won't be able to upload unless we take him off. What's your thoughts? Kanye responded, why won't he clear jail? And he said, I don't know. And neither is answering their phone. Kanye said, I'm not taking my brother off. He was the only person who said he would vote for me in public. And he said, so the album's not coming out. And so then we saw that the baby's manager, Arnold, responded, this is cap. I woke up this morning to the social media BS. I never got a call or email from Kanye, Boo, John Monopoly. I just received it today and cleared it in 2 seconds. Why wouldn't I want a hit song out? It's all about the growth and culture of hip hop and my artists. To all of the media blogs and outlets, don't believe everything you see in a post. Thank you.
Yeah, that sounds to me like nobody around Kanye wanted to simply tell him like, hey, man, I don't think you should put the baby on this album right now because of everything that's surrounding the baby right now. So instead of just telling Kanye that, they made up that whole story about, Arnold them not wanting to clear the record. That's my personal opinion.
Well, the baby was added to the album after his manager cleared the verse on Jail Part 2. So that's how the album is 27 songs long. So, all right, now let's talk about some of the features and some of the things on the album. This was beautiful. His mom's voice is actually featured on the album on a song called Donda. That song also features Ariana Grande and Tony Williams. Now, in addition to that, on the song Jesus Lord, which features the Lox, Jay Electronica, and Swizz, he talks about his own suicidal thoughts.
That's the best song on the album to me, especially the version with the Lox.
Yeah, I agree. That's the best one. And that is what's on the album. All right. Now, everybody was not happy about this Kanye album. Soulja Boy was upset because I guess he submitted a verse for Remote Control and it didn't make it onto the album. So he posted, I don't know how to feel. Kanye sent me that song, Remote Control, and I don't hear my verse on it. F that N-word.
They said Soulja Boy's manager didn't clear it in time.
And then he said... He said, tell homie don't hit my phone no more. He posted the conversations that him and Kanye had where Kanye told him, yo, it's I love you, bro. You're a genius. Want to work with you on the new Gap campaign and my new album. So Soulja Boy is not happy. And he asked people, should he leak? He said, F that. My Kanye West diss song is finna drop. I'm tired of sparing his clown ass.
There's that word again, clown.
Now, another person who was not happy is Chris Brown.
What
After
Chris
the
Brown
release
say?
of Donda, he called Kanye he said Kanye a whole hoe.
Kanye a
his
whole hoe
Instagram.
out you?
He a whole
Chris
garden
Brown said
too.
Kanye a whole hoe out you?
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
And then he said, nah, he tweaking. Now, Fabio Foreign was happy though, because
No,
Fabio
nah,
says,
everybody was saying, nah, we tweaking this weekend. Or nah, he tweaking.
He tweaking.
now Fabio says that after this album comes out now, he's going to switch his attention to Fabio Foreign's project, and I guess he'll be executive producing. But Fabio said, I want certain people, but we going to work together and put our brains together. I trust his judgments.
Did y'all listen to the album? How'd y'all feel about it?
I'm not listening
Yeah, I
to
mean,
that
it's
circus,
27.
that clown circus.
It's 27 songs, so it's a lot to digest.
Did you listen to it, Charlamagne? Are you gonna support Kanye?
Yeah, I did. I listened to it yesterday. I don't know if it's lackluster or too long. Maybe both. You know, upon first listen for me, it was kind of lackluster and long. An hour and 48 minutes is nuts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like a double album.
Yeah, even without
That's
all
what
the
it
part
is. It's a
twos
double
on there.
album.
Yeah, even without all the part twos on there, it's just still too long, and it gets exhausting. And the music to me sounds kind of dated, like Kanye's flow and his sound kind of dated. Album was alright, but I wasn't blown away upon first listen.
All right. Well, Kim and Kanye are reportedly working on rebuilding their relationship also. So I think it's just the foundation of it. They still are planning to get divorced for now, but apparently they do want what's best for their kids. And so at least they're on good terms.
When's Drake album coming out?
September 3rd.
Hey,
We're
man.
going to get to that next. Yeah.
All right.
We're going to get to that in the next hour. But yes, it is coming out September 3rd. And you saw they vandalized, well, not vandalized, but they put signs outside of Kanye's home that he grew up in.
I thought they spray painted it. I thought they did vandalize it.
Well, there's some signs out front, and it says 4544 burnt out, you know, based on the verse from Drake. And then it says F Justin LaBoy. And then it says
know what?
CLB coming soon.
No, we do need to say something about Justin. I love Justin. But Justin, that man sent you on a dummy mission for 3 weeks with wrong release dates and didn't even give you the proper release date to tweet out this weekend.
All right. Well, that is your rumor report.
We got dates for Kendrick too. For Kendrick, that's the
I don't
albums
think
I'm
we
waiting
got
for.
no date for Kendrick.
Drake and
All I
Kendrick.
know is Kanye sent Justin LaBoy on a dummy mission for 3 weeks straight with wrong release dates and couldn't even give him the right release date
Not
for
at
this
all.
weekend. Come on, man.
Not at all. I tell you, he's a clown, man. Now you start looking at him, you look at that stupid jacket he's been wearing. That's a clown jacket. That's a clown outfit. Them stupid ass sneakers. Those are clown sneakers.
Send Kanye West healing energy. Stop.
All right.
Send him healing energy, man.
All right. All right.
We just talked this morning about how you don't know what people are going through.
That's right. Send the brother healing energy.
Yeah, but
man.
it's also the people around you that should check you when you do some stupid ish, even no matter what you're going through.
I do agree. No matter what you're going through, it doesn't give you the license to abuse people.
That's right.
and
Be
hurt
disrespectful.
people. Yeah.
Sometimes I think some people you just need to get punched in the face a couple of times. One good time. Just one little bloody the mouth a little bit. Not hurt nobody.
You
We
saying
don't
you wanna
encourage
punch-
anybody punching
Did
someone
you
in the
just say
face.
you want to punch Kanye West in the mouth?
I didn't.
We
say
don't
that.
encourage
I
that.
just said
On a Monday
sometimes.
morning?
Yeah, sometimes you need that. Absolutely.
Let me
When
get
people
some
get
breakfast
disrespectful,
first.
yes, you need to bloody their mouth sometimes. I
We talked
agree.
about Kanye's Donda album and how well it did. And you had some issues with Kanye. You called him clown several times.
I called him a clown, and I still stand by that, and I still mean that.
Send him healing energy.
No, I mean I do, but I still think he's a clown. You can send a clown healing energy. What's so funny? No, so when it comes to so many people call me artists, athletes, OGs, newer artists, younger artists, Kanye's team, and asked me why I felt that way, and I explained to them why I felt that way, and they asked me, well, why do you think that the people that I named, which was Pusha T, John Monopoly, Free, and Boo, were like that too, because I felt like I said, I feel like you enable him to do it. Like you don't stop him from doing the wild out stuff behind the scenes that I think is really disrespectful, and he should be humbled. And they told me that that's a lie. It was like, that is not true. They was like, when you're dealing with somebody that has emotional
bipolar.
problems and bipolar and things like that, you can't necessarily control them. It's uncontrollable. You do what you can to make sure that things are all right, and they try to stay in there as a brother. But they said, yeah, they agree some of the things that he does is foul, but they said they can't control that man. And I called them clowns as well, and I called Pusha T yesterday, I called Free yesterday,
Okay.
and I spoke to Boo yesterday for a while, and I spoke to them, and we had great conversation, and they told me what they're trying to do to help that situation. So to those brothers, yes, I get it, and me calling y'all a clown was foul.
So listen,
But I still think Kanye is a clown for the things that he do.
If you ever had to deal with somebody who's bipolar and not taking their medication, it is not an easy thing to do. If you love them, you try to help and be around, but it is hard to control a person.
I just want to know, how do you explain to your wife that you was on the phone with somebody named Boo for hours? Because as soon as she says, who you on the phone with, and you say Boo, do you have to explain that this is his name?
Boo is always in the middle of something. Remember he broke up your fight, Charlamagne?
What fight I had?
You and Busta.
Me and Busta ain't had no fight. Why do we lie like this on the radio? Me and Busta did not have a fight.
There's a picture of it online.
So I did have
Me and Boo were dancing.
You and Boo were dancing?
There's a picture of it online.
How you tell your wife that? Me and Boo were dancing.
I was dancing with Boo.
I was dancing with Boo. Okay. So shout to Boo and shout to Free. I didn't speak to Free. Me and Free just yelled at each other. But shout to all them individuals that were able to tell me their side. And when I tell them when I make a mistake, I say it. But I still think what Kanye does and this ish that he on is clownish.
You ain't gonna throw your Yeezys away though.
Nah, I still like the Yeezys.
Oh my God.
I still like them.
So they're not clown shoes.
Which ones? Which ones? Some of them are clown shoes. Some of them are clown shoes. The runners is good money. The runners is good money. The other ones is clown shoes.
So yeah, that was the Breakfast Club clips where they gave a review on the Donda album. Also, there's a secondary clip about DJ Envy's quote-unquote issue with Kanye West. And niggas are just vaguely alluding to things that, you won't be direct about it. I mean, if it's something that happened behind the scenes and it's specifically an issue that you have with him personally, one-on-one, then, yeah, you deal with it just straight up like a man. If it's a situation where he's doing something you don't like to somebody else, at the end of the day, as long as it isn't a kid, you gotta let other grown people fight their own battles. So I don't see why you would slight him or take shots at him if it's something that he hasn't done personally to you. And one thing that I don't like about this, just the information that they're putting out in regards to Kanye West, they're trying to label his some of his antics as being a part of his mental instability. One thing that people have to understand about mental illnesses is that they aren't always present. It's more so common for people to have moments of like bipolarism or just schizophrenia. Like, they aren't this way all the time, all day. They aren't in a perpetual state of mental illness. So it's something that comes and goes. So I think as a society, we have to differentiate between when a nigga is having an episode and when a nigga is just being an asshole. Oh man, I'm on fire today. But yeah, and I think that you kind of give people a pass when you say, hey, look, because you're suffering from this thing, you're allowed to act out in a negative way and you won't be held accountable. And I understand that balance too. I understand, like, even when it comes to the medication and stuff, sometimes that stuff will make you feel fucking crazy to the point where it's like you don't even feel like yourself when you take it sometimes. And that's understandable too. I think you have to find a balance. You have to really understand and look at it like, okay, if I'm not gonna be on these meds, I need to find a really great way to deal with this thing so that when I'm experiencing it or when I'm expressing myself in this type of way, I'm in a safe space where I can kind of go through it and get on the other side of it. A lot of this is about learning how to deal with these things if you don't want to take the medication. That's an option. But if you don't, then you really have to learn how to deal with these things. Otherwise, they impact your life. And more importantly than that, I think people are going to get to the point where they hold you accountable because they're saying, well, okay, you're foregoing the drugs to try to deal with this on your own, but you haven't found a way to deal with it yet. So it's like, slippery slope. Yeah, I want to touch on two more quick things before I get out of here. One, I think somebody really needs to address this when it comes to the Breakfast Club. A lot of the things that they report on and give their thoughts and ideas on, they really seem biased and agenda driven. I know it was like that for the Boosie interview and for other people that kind of come up there. It's just agenda heavy. And even with this thing now, it just seems like it's a personal attack on Kanye, and it's you're not actually saying what it's about, but you'll go on live, you'll go on a nationally syndicated broadcast, and you'll berate someone and call them a clown, but you won't say, okay, this is why this nigga is a clown. And when you do things like that, it just seems like there's an agenda behind the things that you report. You seem controlled. It just seems like propaganda. And I'll say this to anybody that, decides to pick up a microphone or throw a camera on themselves. Even if you identify as a podcaster and you're operating in this world where you're reporting on things and commenting on things, you still have to have a certain level of journalistic integrity. I think being a journalist means that you report the truth, or you just speak transparently on all matters that's in front of you. So when you have an audience, you have to just be honest and tell the truth. That's my first point. My second point that I want to hit on before I get up out of here, their critique on the Donda album was spot on. I think everything that I said about it, yesterday, Charlemagne doubled back and he said a lot of the same things, and I was like, okay, it's not just me. And I've seen some other people online that kind of dibble and dabble in that world, DJs and stuff, and they're saying the same thing. So it's not just me. But what say you? How do you feel about the Breakfast Club and the way they conduct their interviews and the things that they say or don't say? Does it feel contrived? Is it all controlled? I don't know. You tell me. You know what to do, though. Come and kick it with your tribe in the comment section below. And on that note, we out the box with it. Do you hear me?